Floods, earthquakes, heat waves and typhoons. This is the most disaster-prone region in the world, the Asia Pacific. More than 1,600 people have been killed in the past month by floods and landslides sweeping across the region. And that's on top of the millions already displaced in recent years.
The disasters and the scale of it is certainly something we've not seen.
It's absolutely apocalyptic. There's debris everywhere. It's hard to even know where to begin.
So why is the Asia Pacific so badly affected by these events? And why are countries so poorly prepared for more extreme and frequent disasters? Since the 1970s, natural disasters have killed more than 2.1 million people in the Asia Pacific. If you think that's bad, think about the 7.2 billion people who've been affected and the $3 trillion in damage. The human toll of these disasters is higher than the rest of the world combined. Countries in the tropics have long faced harsh monsoon rains, cyclones and typhoons, but climate change is making severe weather worse. Asia is warming twice as fast as the global average, and warmer oceans can create stronger storms.
These are extreme weather events where your regular monsoon rains, the moment you add a cyclone, a typhoon to this, it's just a tipping point.
To understand why Asia is on the front lines of climate change, let's look at the most recent flooding in Southeast and South Asia. We've just joined a flight with Indonesia's Disaster Management Agency as they've visited an isolated community in central Tapanuli. From the air, you can see that there's landslide after landslide after landslide on the main road down from North Tapanuli through to the coastline, effectively creating isolated pockets of villages. Community members there are running out of food, they're running out of fuel and other essentials, making these supply missions one of the only lifelines that they have. Indonesia is feeling the full force of extreme weather. More than 900 people have been killed and hundreds are still missing after tropical cyclone Senyar barreled through Sumatra.
Jangan saya inginkan itu, Pak. Ketemu istri saya sepotong tangan asal bisa dislip dari itu lebih dari itu, Pak.
Tidur di dalam rumah, tiba-tiba longsor sudah datang gitulah, Pak.
As normal weather patterns become more intense, governments across Asia are failing to keep up. Poor preparation is one problem, but governments are also accused of making communities more vulnerable. Environmentalists say land clearing linked to mining and logging companies exacerbated the disaster. Images of logs washing ashore on Sumatra have sparked outrage on social media.
Bencana ini murni bukan hanya karena faktor alam. Memang karena bukan faktor alam, tapi karena bencana ekologis, salah tata kelolanya pengelolaan sumber daya alam oleh pemerintah.
The Indonesian government has promised to revoke mining permits if companies are found to have violated rules. But enforcing rules that slow down economic progress is a tough sell in developing countries. In Sri Lanka, Cyclone Ditwa has affected 10% of its 22 million citizens. At least 480 people are dead, thousands of homes are damaged. It's another blow to the country's developmental ambitions. Sri Lanka is still recovering from a severe economic crisis that led to massive inflation and shortages of food, fuel and medicine. Whether the country has the means to rebuild resilient infrastructure or abandon disaster zones remains to be seen.
Countries that are already challenged by making tough choices on managing and running and stabilizing their economies. Not easy to look ahead and say, look, we've got to invest in infrastructure that can withstand these type of climatic shocks 20, 30, 40 years down the road. So I think sometimes the immediate needs really take over when you've got constrained fiscal space.
Many cities across Asia are ill-prepared for disasters on this scale and lack adequate emergency protocols. In Thailand, intense monsoon rains have impacted almost 4 million people, and authorities have been accused of failing to act.
There are thousands of people sheltering here to escape the devastating floods. This entire effort in the school is not run by government officials. It's in fact run by school teachers, many of whom haven't slept at home for days.
On November 21, Hat Yai was hit by its heaviest rains in 300 years. The city's mayor did not trigger the early warning systems, and within 24 hours the city was submerged. Thousands begged for emergency supplies on social media, but for many, help arrived too late or not at all.
พูดโดยใจเป็นกลางก็คือว่ามันเป็นความเหลวแหลกของรัฐบาลจริงๆที่เขาไม่ได้จริงใจที่จะช่วยเขามาก็คือมาแล้วก็เหมือนกับมาที่เหมือนเขาด่ากันนะมาผัดข้าวโชว์แล้วก็กลับกรุงเทพเขาไม่ได้คิดตั้งศูนย์กลางอะไรที่จะช่วยจริงๆเลย
These complaints are not unique. Sri Lanka's government has been accused of not adequately responding to severe weather warnings. The Indonesian president has been criticised for not declaring a national emergency. And in the Philippines, billions of dollars of money allegedly spent on government flood mitigation projects were never built. Early warnings of disasters can limit the death toll. In 2022, just 48% of the least developed countries in the world had adequate multi-hazard early warning systems. The UN wants everyone on Earth covered by 2027. Better collaboration and coordination of local resources is also needed to limit the impact of extreme weather events.
We cannot have a siloed approach to handling disasters. It has to be a whole of society and a multi-hazard approach.
The death toll and economic cost of this latest round of disasters is still rising. Each new disaster makes it harder for these countries to develop and lift their people out of poverty.
Climate vulnerability now throws countries completely off track on human development progress, let alone economic growth.
What you can see here, the river nearby has burst its banks and completely destroyed half the homes in this village alone. Now this cleanup is going to be enormous, but beyond that there are still hundreds of people missing, and this recovery effort is going to take a very long time.
Building back is not just about building what was there before. This is going to take a very different kind of design and thinking of what kind of infrastructure and physical capital needs to be put back to withstand much, much harsher climatic events going forward. It does require the international community to step up, because at the end of the day, these are global issues and regional issues, because otherwise the massive displacement, the destruction of economies has a ripple effect, including pandemics that come through these massive disasters, has an effect on the rest of the world.